Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming out early to Sonified Sustainability Festival. My name is Jason Finkelman, and it's been a real wonderful journey coming to this day, to this kickoff event for Earth Week 2016. Okay, Ken. Welcome to the University of Illinois for the very first Sonified Sustainability Festival. We've installed this exhibition of your work, and we've been working with children performing at local schools, and we have the big concert coming up with your New York City-based trio featuring Vin Shala and Melvin Gibbs. We're featuring your trio with some local performers, trying to bridge the idea that there's artists all over the country and all over the world creating instruments out of found and repurposed materials. Let us know how you got into making these instruments out of found and repurposed materials.
So yeah, for me, I was trained as a visual artist, but always played music on the side. My younger brother is to this day a very well-schooled professional jazz guitar player. My mom played piano, so there was music around, and I studied music a little bit, but it was always secondary. Short version of it is that my uncle gave me some x-rays. I contact printed them on some diazo paper, which architects used to use, and I saw an image that resembled a guitar. The head, the torso, typical guitar shape, and the spinal column looked like frets, and I thought, well, that's interesting. So that relationship between the head, neck, body proportion of the human body and a guitar specifically and other stringed instruments was in my head when I was in my basement in Portland, Oregon in 1978, and I picked up a small hatchet and just for whatever reason put it up under my chin. I thought, oh, that's kind of wacky. I wonder if it would fit inside a little violin case. It happened to fit in there. I took the parts of the violin that were in that case apart, attached them to the axe, and was able to put a small contact microphone on the bridge, plugged it into my guitar amp, and because I had studied the viola as a child, I could kind of play it, and so that's really how it started.
So you had the proverbial axe.
Well, there was a word play right off the bat. Hey man, bring your axe to the jam. Yeah, sure, I've got an actual axe. And so the title of that piece was actually Homage to Buddy Guy, the great blues guitar player.
joining us this afternoon and spending some time with us here at the Krannert Center, one of the sponsors of our event today. The other sponsor, main sponsor, is the Student Sustainability Committee. Their table is over here. They have water bottles you can take away and use instead of plastic. We do have a sculpture here that symbolizes how much plastic we use, the plastic bottle bench.
Yeah, so probably the best term for describing what I do is bricolage, B-R-I-C-O-L-A-G-E, which is not a well-known term. It's a French term, and so really the closest definition in English would be a construction made from whatever is at hand. So it's just things that you kind of come across and are allowed to improvise and work with. Kind of the opposite of engineering, when you imagine a specific machine or tool that has a specific function. In this case, you're sort of trying to improvise with whatever is there. You're not going to necessarily even search out something. It's just what is there already. And the larger definition really is from Claude Lévi-Strauss in The Savage Mind, which is creating a new world by reorganizing, reprioritizing, recontextualizing the existing parts of the old world. So it's a big recycling aspect. There's a big kind of practical repurpose, reusing. So instead of, let's knock that whole 10-story building down and throw it away. And those of us who are environmentally conscious would say, away. Could you tell us where exactly that is? Where is away? It's in a dump somewhere that's going to pollute something, or at some point there is not going to be an away. It's nature. And so by rethinking what the existing parts that you're tearing down and apart can be reused, it's probably more financially feasible and maybe demands a different kind of creativity to repurpose and reconsider and transform the old world. So I think that fits with the sustainability, a creativity, and reinvention.
today, starting with Tony Taylor of Ascendant Instruments. He'll introduce his trio.
This is Lindsay Lilly. So we met last year, and she asked me to make a ukulele for her, and she's a super wonderful singer. So we were excited to follow Lindsay. That's kind of what we're gonna do. And on the drums back here, if you can see him, is Elijah. He's my son. He's a twin. I'm a twin, and Lindsay's a twin. So we're the twin trio.
The instruments that we're performing on. Chad had a project called Recycled Rhythms, and so he has a lot of handcrafted instruments out of recycled materials such as tires and oil cans and such. And he's made these kashishi out of materials he was able to repurpose from the flower store. I studied with a man named Adimu Kumba, who introduced me to African and Brazilian percussion, and his whole thing was making instruments out of found materials. So for example, this xylophone is made from the wood of a box spring bed. Really, and the kalimbas that I'll be playing today are made from like panel board. Actually, the wire foils from the box spring bread make one of the times. And there's lots of canned kalimbas that I have that are made obviously from cans, but also from like bobby pins and other materials such as that. really warm welcome to Douglas Stewart and Quasar.
Does anyone know you like you do? How many languages do you speak? What does your real voice sound like? Would you say you're lucky? How many languages do you speak? What does your real voice sound like? Would you say you're lucky? How many languages do you speak? What is your real voice sound like? Would you say you're
Let us all go on this journey together with Tom Nunn and Paul Winstanley from the Bay Area who are joining us tonight here at the Craner Art Museum.
Well, there's a lot in there, right? But what makes it music is the phrase. So a phrase has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It's a breath. So a phrase is usually defined by articulation. It's defined by dynamic change. It's defined by an internal rhythm, perhaps. So instead of I would do. You hear more shapes then. You're hearing shapes and you're hearing little phrases.
Free improvisation involves the players listening to each other all the time and always making decisions based on what other people are playing most of the time.
There's a great quote by the constructivist genius artist from the early teens, Vladimir Tatlin, who devised Tatlin's Tower, among other things. A quote from him: "Not the old, not the new, but the necessary." I love that quote. So don't throw away all the old ideas. Let's figure out what digital, how can you find a way that touch people's spirit and soul with some new way of a hybrid fusion of these things is something I'm interested in. You know, it's a little bit like. That sounds pretty good, but you should hear a 20. Anyways.